Hi there, welcome to this video. This one is going to be a little bit different, to try something new. You might have already noticed the timestamp of this video. It's probably way longer than my usual videos. As you might know, my next how-to is going to be about the double engine failure. So I decided to do a quick test video to try out some different methods, because I'm not really an expert on engine failures at all. So I'm here with my Boeing 787 at Hong Kong airport. The ICAO code is VHHH, so that's triple H. I have no idea how long this video is actually going to be, but we're going to see. First of all, it's of course takeoff. This plane is quite full of fuel actually. It could do quite a long flight of a few hours. I haven't really checked exactly how much, it's just the default setting. I have no specific destination planned out, because we're going to have an engine failure anyway, so figured it wouldn't really make sense. In real life, of course, you would have no idea of when an engine failure would actually be happening, so then you would obviously have a route scheduled out. I see there's a computer plane behind us. We're just gonna ignore that for now, because it's coming in after us and way too close after the other plane, I think. Okay, so let's see, fuel is checked. Auto brakes to rejected takeoff mode, although they don't really want to. Never mind. Oh, there's a plane taking off this way. Interesting. Well, let's go. Well, I'm not going to edit this video or anything, I guess. Oh, there's the plane. So you're seeing what I'm seeing, and I'm talking real time. It's pretty much the first time I'm doing that, so if I make some mistakes, I'm sorry. So we're on full throttle here, taking off. I've set my autopilot not enabled yet, but it's going to hold the runway heading, which is 74, and the plane is going to climb to 20,000 feet. The way I'm going to simulate this engine failure is by making the plane fly way too fast in overspeed. That should stop the engines. But for that to actually happen, I will have to put on the auto throttle, because otherwise the fly-by-wire would kick in if my speed was too fast. But the autopilot doesn't really care about that, I guess. So we've taken off. And let's enable the autopilot to fly at Mach 0.85. And that's usually just a speed you would have at a cruising altitude, like 33,000 feet or something. But for now it's actually way too fast. I'm also going to turn on the window heating, because otherwise they're going to be way too cold. And I'm going to enable the autopilot right now. Flaps are safe to go up. And now we pretty much have to wait, I guess. So I have some screens set up here. On the left I have fuel information and heating. I'm taking mostly a look at that. Also, you could use the CDU, control display unit. I'm not really using that right now, but on a regular flight I would. Window heating is important, because if the window temperature drops below 0, ice will actually start to build up on the window, and it's not really good for your windows, and you won't be able to see much. So always take a look at that. If it goes below 0, go to the overhead panel, and then right here is window heat primary. Just click that, and will be enabled for all the forward and side windows. So I think we're reaching the overspeed. I'm not exactly sure when that's going to happen. I'm not... Oh, there it is. I'm not going to prepare anything just yet until the engines actually fail. I have no idea what I'm going to do. Okay, the engines start to have some trouble. And they're about to fail. Yes, now they're dead. Okay, so let's disengage the autopilot and make sure our plane gets out of this overspeed by raising the nose a little bit. Okay, it says here at the top, your plane doesn't seem to getting, it doesn't seem to be getting enough power. First of all, I'm going to mute this warning. So I have to go up here to the... actually, I can't control the plane anymore right now because the power is down. So I gotta fix this soon. I'm going to click here on the ram air turbine. I don't know if you can see that. That's going to put a nice propeller here underneath our plane. That's going to provide us with some power. Then I got to start the APU, which will then make sure we can control the plane again. In the meantime, you can see we are losing quite a lot of power and quite a lot of speed. So we got to descend a bit to maintain a good speed. Okay, so looking at the airports around us, there are really not many here, which is not so great. We are looking for a place to land safely. I know that I will have to make a turn, but always try to avoid making turns if you had an engine failure, because if you make your plane bank, as you can see, we're already losing a lot of altitude. And altitude is needed to maintain your speed. Some physics there. You can get more speed if you start to fly lower, but if you don't have any altitude, if you don't have enough altitude, you could not find enough speed by going down because you would crash. Okay, we could try to do a water landing, but that would be more of an A320 thing, maybe. The Hudson River. Actually, I would like to try that sometime, but I don't think... Can the A320 land on water in flight gear? Because then I certainly would try it. But okay, we're turning towards... Actually, now we're turning back. I'm not going to Kai Tak because that airport is closed, and in real life I wouldn't even try to land there. I don't know if you've seen pictures of that runway, it's horrible. So I'm just trying to maintain my speed, and I think I'm just gonna go back to Hong Kong and see if I can land there, if I can maintain my speed. We could already look up the ILS. We're not going to be landing against the winds like normally, but we're landing downwind, I think. Okay, let's go to the airport information, and it says enter ICAO. Okay, it's already done that apparently. Then we can go to the runway info, and let's see. Well, this is actually the runway we would be looking for, I guess. Is it? No, it's not. Okay, so we actually want 25 right or left. I guess right would be best now. So we're going to electronic flight bag input and enter 25 right. And there we go, info about 25 right. I can copy the ILS frequency from here to my navigation 1. And there we go. We're ready to line up. I'm actually not so sure if I'm even going to be making it, because we are already flying quite slow. And because this is a live recording, if I would actually crash this plane, I will not be editing it out or something and going to try it again. I'm just going to upload this and see what happens. And looking at this mountain in front of us, I don't think it's actually a pretty good idea to be heading back to Hong Kong. It's actually quite impossible. Looking on our left here, there's Kitech. That could actually be our only hope, because we're not going to be making it over this mountain. Yes, I'm going to be heading for Kitech. Also, if you're going for approach in this scenario, because you have no engine power, it can be very hard for your plane to maintain your speed. If you try to put your flaps down, it's actually quite impossible. So you'll have to try and fly without your flaps for as long as you can. And staying on the glide slope path is also quite impossible. So I would recommend to try to stay above the glide slope and see if your speed can actually stay high enough to do so. Okay, 1,000 feet. That's not so great. This is not the regular Kitech 13 approach I'm doing here. The ILS would be quite useless, because I don't know if you know that, but for Kitech there's a special approach where you have to come in from pretty much a 40-degree angle and make a steep turn at the final moments of approach. But since we're coming from over these mountains here, we're actually going to have to turn the other way. So I just got the runway inside there. Sight. Okay, so we are up pretty high, so I'm going to add some flaps, which is not working for some reason. Oh, now it is. I just switched the APU to on and lowered the gear, because we are going to have enough speed, I think. I hope so, at least. We obviously don't have thrust reversers at this point, so I'm adding the speed brakes here to slow our plane down even more. We're going to have to do some wheel braking. I'm not going to use the auto brakes because I actually don't have time to set the switch, but otherwise I would. I don't think this is realistic at all, but it would be our only hope. Okay. Trying to do a smooth landing here, but not so sure.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Could have been worse. And we're on the ground safely, and I'm applying some brakes. Slowly, not slamming the B key here. I don't want to overheat them. And our ground speed is 60 knots. 50. That's pretty much safe to taxi off the runway. And we're having a problem now because we have the ram air turbine, that little propeller there, which was giving us power to fly, to control our plane. So it enabled us to lower the flaps and speed brakes, put them up, and control the plane in general. But now that we don't have any speed anymore, it's not spinning, so it's not providing any power. So yeah, I pretty much can't do anything right now. So I'd have to wait for a pushback, which currently doesn't work on the 787, I think. So I think I'm going to end the video here. So, well, this was a pretty wild test. I just got home from school and decided to record this video. Please let me know what you think of it. It's a totally new format. I'm not sure if it's going to be any good or if you're going to like it. So please leave me a comment below. Maybe I'll do some more videos like this. Or maybe I should just stick to doing the normal how-to format. Please let me know. I'm curious to see what you think. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the how-to on the double engine failure on an airliner.